G'day guys and welcome, my name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder, the Ruby Phoenix, our second edition adventure, which is a prequel to the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix adventure by Paizo. Joining me today are my wonderful patrons who support the channel and allow us to keep the lights on here as we step into the realms of Tianxia on an epic quest to try and find the masters of several mythical martial arts scrolls so that our heroes can overthrow once and for all the wicked Oni Daimyo who rules over Goka with an iron fist. Joining me today are none other than Sean, who plays the role of Kaito, the Kitsune sorcerer. Neil from Immersion Diversion, playing the role of Tamaki, the elven magistrate investigator. And last but certainly not least, Avarian, who plays the role of our newest character, who is still a bit of an enigma. Hasn't really mentioned any of their specialities or anything like that to the rest of the group yet. Still plenty of time to properly meet Yoki. But yes, let's just say a human rogue of some variety. We'll leave it up to the imagination. Welcome in, guys. It's so good to see you guys, and I'm so keen for today's session.
Yeah.
Hello.
So excited. Hello.
Yeah, this will be a good one.
Absolutely.
It's always a good one, though.
Oh, well, if they're all good, then none of them are. It's just
This is the ultimate.
it's the way
Today
it
will be
is.
the best we will ever have.
Look, we don't need to put that
I
much
know
pressure on. We don't need to put that much pressure on it, okay? Let's dial it back a little bit. All right,
I know
guys.
he's not in the game, but could we create a poll to see if a GOG dies?
Look, I feel like that's a very redundant poll, and I'll just be giving away channel points at that point. All right. Now, speaking of
overwhelmingly yes.
speaking of charitable actions here, guys, let's take a moment to thank the sponsors for the channel. We have a number of people who support us and allow us to continue doing awesome things, and we ask that you guys, hey, take the time, just go check these things out. First of all, we have, of course, Hero Forge, which we use to make all the artworks that you see on the channel. You know what? That's what's bugging me. There it is. Aha. Sorry, I was just wondering. It's like, what? Why is my camera like over here? And now it's over here. It's like, yeah, you go. Yeah, Hero Forge. Go check out Hero Forge, because Hero Forge, you can make some absolutely amazing and incredible artwork. As you can see, we use them for a lot of our shows and a lot of our NPCs and PCs that you can see. It's a lot of fun and really, really cool. So go check them out. It's like a $50 a year subscription to be able to make these sorts of things and have them used for your own purposes. Or you can get them 3D printed and sent to you at home, where you can use them for your own tabletop games. Look at these really badass things. How cool is that? Yeah. Also, thank you so much for the sub. All Things Fantasy, our dear friend. We hope that you're doing well, my excellent dude. Also, do let me know if you're available to join this table. Just saying. Putting this out there. Anyway, I digress. And next up, we have, of course, Sirenscape for the wonderful sounds that you hear throughout. And on the side note, Sirenscape is not only a great soundboard filled with just a ton of really cool audio effects that'll help you make your game come to life, but also we are using Brandon Feitcher's collection of music as well. If you haven't checked him out, he is a absolutely incredible musician. Let me just throw this up here. There we go. Yeah, please go check out his materials, because they really do help in creating a beautiful ambience for any game that's out there. And there's just so many different sound sets there for you guys to pick and choose from. So yeah, go check that out. And lastly, Fantasy Grounds for our beautiful VTT of choice. As you guys know, Fantasy Grounds offers a bunch of really cool ways to be able to help the GMs focus less on prepping and more on the actual game itself, with a huge library of materials for you to be able to use at your fingertips. So yeah, go check out Fantasy Grounds. And if you want to make any purchases from Fantasy Grounds, consider using the affiliate link that we have, because, then they know that I've sent people that way, and they're all like, hey, Dead Aussie Gamer, this is a cool guy, which is what it's all about. Yeah, so there you go. Lastly, we need to give a big thanks to our biggest sponsor, you guys in the audience. Thank you so much for not only donating money and funds to the show, but also your time. We appreciate having you here and hope that you enjoy the show. If you want to support the channel, continue watching because you'll earn channel points which you can use to influence the course of my games with things like insight bonuses, divine intervention, summoning NPCs and the like. And of course, if you wish to donate something more tangible, there are a bunch of rewards that you can offer for the cost of $5. You can donate hero points to the players or jinx points to the GM, which can be used for wicked, evil machinations. For $10, I will draw from a random deck of plot twists. And the plot twist will simply occur, regardless of what's happening. For $20, you can give someone the coveted natural 20, which just gives them a nat 20. And for $50, you can give either the boss that they're encountering a bit of a buff, or provide them with a magic item that might be very, very useful for this situation. We also have secret menu items, which we do put on the cards. And these secret menu items are used to, they're basically just massive boosts, massive thank yous. The secret menu item is that the donator of a secret menu item today will have a custom Hero Forge mini made by me as a martial artist to be introduced in the next game. So that'll be something that we'll throw in there for the secret menu item. Also, thank you so much to the Forgeling for coming and joining us. Guys, Forgeling, a dear friend of the channel, our wonderful, wonderful friend Thomas. How you doing, buddy? I hope that you are having a spectacular day. Please go check out Forgeling and all the cool stuff that he's doing. And more importantly, thank you for the insight bonus because our heroes will definitely need it. So guys, you do have an insight bonus that you can play at any time. This will give you a useful piece of information as we are playing. Is that everything? Are we good?
I think it's everything.
All right.
Oh, I should give you the reminder that Calendria last week gave me the Kaito specific jinx point. So
yes, that's correct. There is a Kaito specific jinx point that came out. Very well. Then I shall remember it and I shall use it to
Put a
great
little pink
effect.
mark or purple mark on his, because then you'll know it's there for him.
All right. Okay. Very well. Let me just add.
I forgot
something.
why, but
I think it was
did,
like a
but-
really it was a really big pun of something.
yeah, probably.
All right, let me just.
So it was a punishable offense.
You want one too? Because that's how they get given out apparently. All
Hey,
right.
I don't belong in the penalty box.
All right, here we go.
I do.
We return once again to Minkai. Our heroes had been traveling on the river, passing through the Benshu Bay and eventually arriving in the capital city. There, they have encountered the Sunflower Samurai, the person who had been keeping the Jade Kirin away from our dear friend Kanbei, who is played by Ryan, who is currently in Cincinnati, and I hope that, Ryan, if you are listening, you are having a wonderful time over there. The Sunflower Samurai proved to be the formidable foe, and after a quick and very death-defying exchange with the Sunflower Samurai, you had managed to steal the Jade Kirin and retreat back into the city. We now pick up in the middle of a heated chase as the Sunflower Samurai now seeks to reclaim that which he has been charged to protect and is in hot pursuit of our heroes as they enter the city. All right. As we lead into this, we are going to go into initiative. All right. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Boom. All right. Now, for the purposes of today, both our dear friends Takeshi and Kanbei have moved in different directions to Kaito, Tamaki, and Yoki. They have gone down different routes, and you guys have, however, managed to stick together. Yoki, you, as you are traveling, are limping a little bit because of your injuries, plus you are still deafened. There's still this ringing in your ear from the impact of the blast you had taken previously. All right. Here we go. All right, initiatives are rolled. First up on our list is Tamaki. Now, thanks to the grease spell that Kaito had placed on the area before, the Sunflower Samurai has got a bit of distance before he is going to start chasing. So, Tamaki, right now you are running in a direction of your choice. Looking at our map of Kasai, which direction would you like to go?
You know what? Let's head to the left. Go towards the river.
Okay. You and the group begin to make your way to the east, heading down the main road. There are lots of people here. You can see that there is a passage of just tons of visitors from across the oceans who are gathered by the docks and disembarking, unloading lots of supplies and food and the like. The first obstacle you guys face is what looks to be a large shipment of rice grain that is currently being offloaded onto a ship. As these large and very, very burly people are pulling these sacks off their ship, you're trying to weave your way through and past them. Now you can get through them in a number of different ways. You can try to intimidate them, you can try to push them over, you can try to dodge them. How does Tamaki and the group wish to... Oh, sorry, how does Tamaki specifically want to try and get past?
Well, looking to Yoki, his leg, is it kind of like slowing him down? So like
it's slowing all of you down.
Okay.
The idea of these challenges is getting a way to get you guys through.
So, okay, Tamaki sees kind of a building nearby, and he's gonna kind of run over to one, kind of usher them towards him, and just kind of say, "Just come on, grab on." And then I'm going to say Petiole and activate my spider silk shoes.
All right.
To attempt to climb one of the buildings while Kaido and Yoki are like hanging on, so we can get up to the top of the building.
All right. I need an athletics check from Tamaki as you attempt to climb onto the buildings and get off the streets.
17.
Oof, a 17 is unfortunately not enough. Kaito and Yoki, you are both a little too heavy for the slippers of spider climb to carry all of you simultaneously, as that was not what these slippers are designed for. As you start to climb, you try to find those handholds, but even as you do, the magics aren't enough to carry the extra weight, and you find yourself unable to pull yourself higher. Okay. Next up, this is basically going to close the distance a little bit, so the Sunflower Samurai is gaining on you now. Next up, Kaito. Oh, sorry, well, it's the Sunflower Samurai, so he's going to gain on you guys a little bit. There he is now.
Or is
It's
he?
my,
He's got mochi ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gets hit in the face with mochi.
He does. Thank you for reminding me. I do recall.
I forgot about
Yoki had used his charming, beguiling ways to convince a passerby who is making mochi to distract the samurai. He does indeed throw a mochi ball at the samurai, delaying him for one round. So thankfully, he does not gain here. Kaito, it is now your turn. As you make your way past the various coolies who have the rice pails and stuff like that, you come to a fork in the road. The northern road will lead you along the river. The edge of the waterway. Straight on leads you deeper into the markets and places like that. Which way would you like to go?
I feel like it's easier to disappear into a crowd, so I would pick going the south way to the markets.
All right. So, continuing down that pathway, you can see that there are a number of stalls, and immediately you are assailed by a number of people trying to sell you guys materials. There's this fine fabric being thrust at you, a variety of different fresh shellfish and the like, just fresh catches of the day. These people are just constantly getting up in your face. They will continue to pursue you unless you can shake them off. Kaito, how do you want to do so?
Also, can we get some audio?
Oh yes, of course.
I think. I think I'll try to put on a very serious face and just kind of like, just tell them just back off, like leave us alone, like, like just try to really scare them and like have them, they don't want to mess with us or, like.
All right, so we're gonna go try
we're
and
not people that they
intimidate
wanna
these
mess
guys.
with. Yes.
All right, let's roll and intimidate. Very nice. You do indeed manage to tell them to back off, and they do so. They know better than to kind of mess with people like too much, and you manage to clear the way. The Sunflower Samurai is unable to gain this round. All right. All right, looking through the marketplace, there are a number of very distinct alleys, thinner alleys that are off the main road. You think that maybe you might be able to lose the Sunflower Samurai if you head in those directions. Do you wish to stay on the main road, or do you wish to try for the alleys, Yoki?
I am going to go to this. I'm assuming north is towards the top of the map, so we're going to take the southern alleyway off the main road. But as we're turning down that, I'm going to take one of my myriad of sashes that I have making up my outfit and tear off a piece and throw it down the road in the direction we could have gone into the crowd.
Ah, very cool. All right, let's make a deception check here as you attempt to feign the direction in which you traveled.
Now, is this going to be higher than a 6? Survey says no. It is,
Nice.
surprising.
Right, 23, not bad. So, so basically, as Tamaki and Kaito are running forward, you feel a tug from your back as Yoki grabs you for your attention. You then rip this fabric from your leg, and you basically throw it onto the ground as you then pull them into an alleyway on the opposite side to where you've thrown the strap of fabric. Now, the Sunflower Samurai needs to make a perception check to try and track you down. This won't be for a few rounds, mind you, but... no.
Wow.
Alright. And with a third very successful maneuver, the Sunflower Samurai has lost track of our heroes.
Ooh.
You have indeed managed to evade capture for the time being. Ahead of you, you can actually see that there is a large collection of goods and service based facilities. You can see that there's a small bathhouse. You can see that there's a facility for making chairs and the like. A whole different, these are kind of like the specialist kind of places that you can go to. Not many people go into this area, so you can see that rather than people, there are mostly like artisans and craftsmen who are working in this area. And it's a lot quieter down these alleyways.
I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna make my way to a blacksmith if one's available in the area.
Let's find out. Yo. Come on. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Let's try again. There we go. Yeah, I'd say you could find a small blacksmith. Let's see.
All right.
Just to have a look real quick. All right. You find a blacksmith which is named the Iron Cricket.
I ask him the age of his daughter.
He says
I'm
14.
looking.
Uh,
I'm looking for some to replace some shuriken.
Okay. You come to what looks to be a large, a very tiny forge. Out the front, there is a small child who's like bathing. Their mother's kind of like cleaning them up in what looks to be nothing more than a sort of a barrel. She's like sort of pouring bucket water over them, and then you can see like on the inside, there's like 4 or 5 different like elderly people. Like playing shogi, which is a type of board game which you are all familiar with. For those of you at home, shogi is a little bit like chess, with various differences based on the gameplay. And you can see that there's a man here who appears to have what looks to be twisted vines kind of growing out of various places of his flesh. They've been trimmed and cut, and then sort of cauterized, as it were. But you can see this quite clearly as he holds the hammer in his hand, while he seems to be working on what looks to be a cast iron frying pan of some kind, like a large cooking skillet, but it's like long, wide, and flat.
I approach him. I take a look at some of the wares that he happens to have about to see whether or not there's a possibility he'd have balanced knives available for sale. Because if he isn't, then I'll just peruse and walk away.
He probably doesn't have any specifically, but Tamaki and Kaito, you can see that Yoki is very interested in obviously this particular shop.
Okay.
I'll keep my distance from it, keeping an eye on the blacksmith. I don't trust people that have plants growing out of them after some of our previous encounters.
Sure.
Yoki, if you want, we can kind of hang out here and see if, if the samurai comes, so we can let you know.
It'd probably be a good option. I just saw the shop here and I didn't realize I have nothing with which to fight him if he shows up again, so...
Yeah.
Smart.
Kaido, how are you looking, by the way?
How am
Well,
I?
if you're injured at all, I can probably help you out a little bit while he's inside looking.
Well, I mean, I thought you got, like, you and Yuki, I feel, got more injured than I have.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Also, by the way, Yuki, you can't hear them because you're deaf still.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I saw that status, but I looked over like, huh.
Yeah, I forgot, what was it, like, he, like clapped his own ear or something
he
like
cut
that?
his ear with his kunai that he threw, or the shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He went, ah. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna just drink one of my elixir of lives.
You should also probably give one to Yuki, because that would cure his deafness.
Yeah, here, you. I kind of grab Yuki before he goes in, and I just hand him one of my potions. Drink it.
All right, you drink it. Unfortunately, much like is the case in most cases, curing hit points does not remove the deafened condition.
Oh, dang it, that was until healed.
I will drop this on Yuki. So heal just a little bit of 4 HP.
I love how Fantasy Grounds almost very passive-aggressively goes, not wounded.
Not wounded.
I get 2. Okay. Oh well. So
Once we get to a safe area, I can help you out further.
Well, right now we're in the middle of a very tiny alleyway filled with people and a blacksmith. By the way,
guess
all of
that's
these people
true.
are looking at you very strangely because you literally run off the streets, and you're in the area that mostly the artisans work in, and you obviously they don't recognize you. Tamaki, you are dressed very, very fancily for someone in this district. Kaito and Yoki kind of blend in where with what they're wearing currently.
What do we see that I'll approach the blacksmith, I guess.
Alright, approaching the blacksmith of the Iron Cricket, you can see that this individual who let us also get rid of this guy here. The Sunflower Samurai is gone for the time being. You see that the blacksmith stops to address you. It appears to be a dwarven man. You don't see too many dwarves in this region. You have heard that they come from a distant land and that they are among the greatest craftsmen across all lands. The few that have made it across the journey from their home in the Five Kingdoms, the Five Mountains, have become very successful weaponsmiths and the like here in Tianxia. He looks to you and says very deeply, very broadly, welcome to my humble shop. I am Asai, and you're welcome to my wares.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Yoki.
You are deaf.
I'm looking... All right. Just a second, I'll stab out my ears. Here, I'll mute the stream. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is entertaining as hell.
I wave.
Pull out. He actually no. At this point, what he actually does is he starts to do sign language, which you actually recognize some of the characteristics of sign language. As part of your training, you have learnt how to speak silently using simple hand gestures. So he is now conversing with you with similar hand gestures. They're not exact as what you've been taught, but they're similar enough that you can hold a conversation.
Close enough for government work. All right. So I'll pull out. I'll gesture that and pull out one of my shuriken and then kind of gesture that I'm looking to purchase this.
He asks if he can have a look at the shuriken.
I hand it to him.
He begins to inspect it. He nods and says he can make these pretty easily and pretty quickly. How many do you need?
I gesture for 13.
He says he can have them done in about an hour.
Okay.
He'll charge you the standard cost for the shurikens. But he also says he does need to keep one so that he can create a mold for it.
Okay. And I'll leave him one of my... I have one left.
There you go. All right. Okay, he'll take the shuriken and he'll take half the payment first up front, and then get to work. But yep, he's going to be working on that, and you will have those in an hour.
I'll leave him 7 copper.
Very well. Oh, he's a dwarf. He's going to make... basically what he's going to do is he's going to use the kinetic sands and lay down all the ones that he needs, then pour the iron into it, and then just like sort of create almost like a sprue, and then snap off the ones that he needs, and then sharpen them afterwards. So he's doing them all in one big batch. So they're not going to be like the most artisan of shurikens, but you know what? How many people pick up shurikens after they throw them? So he's going to make them. He's going to make sharpened good enough for you to use, but not like he's not making like masterwork craft here.
And they're penny daggers. Literally.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
right?
The people playing shogi, is it kind of like how they have it like in a public park where it's like, you know, like anyone can just come up and like play a game, or is it like more of like a personal board that they're playing with?
Both. It's a community thing. You know that found family is very important to a lot of people in this region. So while it would be very much a private game, as it were, you would know that it's this is how the community gets to know one another. Like, we live here, I run this shop, I run that shop. You know, we share each other's, situations. Like, if I'm having a bad week, they might invite me over for dinner so that I don't have to pay for groceries, you know. Little things like this are how these
like a tightly knit community.
Yeah, that's how these kind of areas work.
I turned to Tamaki, I'm like, do you care to put a wager? Play a game?
Oh yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing.
All right. The two of you, with no sense of impending danger, approach the...
We'll keep watch, but
approach what looks to be an elderly pair of humans. One of them seems to have this, kind of like salt and pepper hair, which is kind of balding, and sort of strokes his very, very long, wispy beard. And the other appears to be a kind of a catfolk with a single coif of white hair in their fur. As they both see you approach, they greet you. Ah, we haven't seen you around here. Fancy a game?
Yes.
Actually.
My brother and I, we haven't played in a long time.
Forgot you're an elf right now.
Well, no matter, young'un. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you try, and you never quite forget. Come, sit. The old wispy man takes his leave. He kind of gets up, picks up a walking stick, and walks off. And the catfolk kind of stays and invites you to play. Who would like to go first?
I know you want to go first.
Sure.
He's the one who haven't played in a while, so. Or would you like to watch me play first? See if you remember.
Yeah, I would like to go first.
Okay.
Okay. Kaito, you sit down. At this point, he lays down the shogi pieces on the board. He begins to tell you about the origins of shogi and whether or not you know them.
I do not. But I'm very curious to learn.
He says, "This is a game of generals. It was the earliest form of understanding the art of warfare, created many years ago, some say by the ancestors of the people who had founded Minkai. There is much to know about it. The king that moves an entire army is one who can raise a fortress overnight. These and many more sayings came about through acts of heroism, through our history, forged by heroes. This game is homage to these heroes." He begins to again put down the lines and ranks until the board is set. Your character knows how to play shogi, so rather than running through a game of shogi, we're just going to go with an intelligence check to see if you can outmaneuver and outwit the old man here.
And as they're playing, I'm gonna take a quick look around, since we were kind of watching out for the samurai as well.
All right. Oh, intelligence, my best skill. I'm gonna be so good at this. Oop. Why didn't you go? Oh, yeah, I think this one. Duh.
All right. That is a 12. Let's see.
Oh,
how
yeah, it's not negative. Yes, I forgot. I'm not negative intelligent anymore.
Let's see how the old man does.
Oh my god!
He absolutely smokes you. At
One
shogi.
turn to your ass.
He says, I'm sure it's just rough. You're just a little rusty, is all. Keep practicing. I'm sure that you'll one day you'll learn how the rules properly work.
Yes. Back at home, I have my own set. I used to play it with my parents, but it's been a while since I've been traveling a lot.
I see.
Which isn't entirely untrue. He probably did actually play with Yin Lo.
He nods as he's listening to your story. And what about you, young man? How about you? Would you care for a game?
Kind of looking around first, and then I just say, yeah, I guess I could.
Make a perception check.
Yeah. Mm, 21.
21. Yeah, it looks clear. It doesn't seem like anyone's following you or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll take a game of shogi.
All right. You sit down for a game. He sets up the board again, and Yoki, you arrive at around this point, seeing the others playing a game with an old man.
I'll move off a distance to so I can keep them in line of sight, but I also want to mix in with the crowd a bit, and then sort of watch, because if I'm looking at the map correctly, there's roughly 3 entryways into this district, main ones. So I'll try to keep an eye on at least 2, if not all 3 of those.
Sure. Make a perception check.
On 1. No.
Dang. Nice.
Nice.
That was deception. I clicked on the wrong one.
Oh, so close.
No.
I'm pretending to watch.
Oh,
the
same
NPC.
roll.
Same result.
Nice. All right, good.
Nice.
Yes, you indeed can hear the sounds of the streets beyond. There's a commotion that seems to be following you in a way. You're fairly confident that the Sunflower Samurai is still looking for you.
I will sign in their rough direction. We should move soon.
Nice. Now while
and then sit there go, as they don't respond.
Yeah. Now while you speak quite fluent signed language, these guys do not.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure secret language and sign language are different.
Yes, they are. All right, make an intelligence check for me, would you, Tamaki?
Yeah, sure thing. Oh, okay. 18.
18. All right, let's see how the old man goes.
Yeah.
He does quite poorly, and you manage to claim victory, Tamaki. As he does so, he says, "Wow, yes, you're quite a proficient player in this.
Thank you.
Perhaps you would like to lay a wager, maybe, on our next game."
Our next game. Kind of looked at Kaido and just like, do I have time for another game?
I mean,
I'll just waiting for Yoki.
Yeah. I'll just shrug and be like, I'm watching too. Just kind of point down the alleyway.
I just say,
you can make a perception check as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
say that I'm looking, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's very difficult to see anything of note here.
I
The
just
game is
say,
too distracting.
I just say, you know what? I mean, we were just waiting for our friend to come out of the blacksmith shop while he was getting something made. If you'd like, I can always come back again later. I'm welcome back.
He says, "Oh, that's quite a shame." He puts onto the table what looks to be a very, very large gold coin.
Like just a gold coin, or is it worth more than just a gold?
It's worth more than a gold coin. So basically, it's a large
shit.
slat of gold. It is worth about maybe 10 gold.
I mean, that is tempting.
That is very tempting. Yes, deal. I'll play another game.
He says,
I only have 5 silver on me though, if I need to wager something too.
He says at this point, I'm sure that you have greater treasure than that. After all, you are a Tamaki. The old man continues to put the shogi pieces down.
How? Because I am wearing a different outfit than what it was.
With a
I'm
different
still wearing-
brand, you are.
How did you know?
He doesn't seem to pay you any attention as you ask this question.
Okay.
Once he's done putting the pieces down, he says, the Tamaki family are well known here in the city. And all of the children of... what's your father's name, by the way?
Oh, his name was Shinwa.
Yes, the children of Shinwa are known among the people here.
Was any of my family here right now? I guess I don't know if he would know. I just. All right. I'll play a game. What do I got?
All right. He sits down and begins to play. Make a Kaito and Yoki make another perception check, and Tamaki make an intelligence check.
I'm trying to figure out what I would give over that he would want.
Oh no. I'm just
Tell you-
way too
ha-
intent on this game.
Tell you what, I can. I put down one of the table, one of the red Dasmoses that I got.
He says, "Oh, I don't have an interest for that sort of thing."
Sure, it has regenerative properties. So
No,
I'll probably
no.
sell it for a lot. Okay. Shoot. How about a writing set?
So while he's sitting there negotiating his bid for the game, I'm going to try to sneak off this short little route to the moat and deposit a couple of eggs in the moat.
Okay, very well. Are you doing so covertly?
Relatively, because I don't want anyone knowing where the eggs are. They'd be in danger, right?
Yeah, of course. All right, make a stealth check as you do so.
Oh,
there
no.
we go, back to form.
Oh no!
Good job. You think you are unseen, and you
being the
deposit
operative
you
word.
just deposit these in the water.
Well, I basically use concealing ledger domain to keep them moving about me and then deposit them in the water. So I'm trying to do it kind of sneakily so they don't splash. So I lower them into the water and let them sink.
All right, very well. You do so, and you believe that You believe that they're safe and you haven't been spotted doing this.
And I return.
In this picture, he turns around and there's like two people just standing right behind him, just looking at him.
Yeah, with egg nets or fishing nets or something going.
Yeah.
Yeah, move along.
Yep, that's basically it.
about-
All right.
I have a Minkai cast iron pot. Would that work?
Give it.
Where'd you get that from?
I got that from the town when we were fighting the boxer. Because I was trying to sell the
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But he wouldn't take it because I had my family emblem on it. And he made me a cast iron pot.
Yeah.
He says, no. What if our wager was something more interesting? You see, there's a prize to be won here in the city of Kasai. A contest, if you will. I'm too old to enter myself, but if you would enter on my behalf, if I were to win, then I would call it even.
When is the contest?
It'll be later on today. Surely a young strapping man like you would have no problem with this sort of endeavor.
Yes, I'll do it.
Very well.
I kind of hope you fail now because I want to see where that goes.
All right. He smiles and invites you to play shogi again. Make another intelligence check.
14 this time.
All right.
Come on.
Before I move on, let me just very quickly. This character is the old man.
Oh, you made him a thing? Nice.
I did, and he is
Awesome.
inspired. He is inspired by my friend Forgeling. All right, there he is. Look at that.
Nice.
That's cool.
So he is a kitsune, kind of looking individual. I did go with
What you're
Catbird,
saying
but
is
the
you
cat.
didn't have to age him too much.
Yeah. He, like I said,
It's
he's got
my
like
dad!
the kind of streak of whites in his hair and stuff. But yes, there you
My
go. Looks
dad
exactly
didn't
like you.
die.
Look at that dapper young man. All right. So he says, he lines up his shogi pieces, and begins to play phenomenally.
Ooh, come on. Oh, yeah!
No, we're not quite done yet.
Oh.
As
I was
you
figuring
as
you
you
had it.
as you look as though you're about to claim victory, there's a smile that creeps across his face. I need you to make another intelligence check, please.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. That's a 10.
Okay.
No.
that-
Oh,
Well, actually,
what?
no. That goes from a regular success to a not success. But
Wow.
but you've also not succeeded.
Yeah.
So both of you need to make another intelligence check.
Oh, no.
So basically, he has
This is an
lured you.
intense game.
Yeah, he has lured you in to a trap within it. And if you tried to go for his king, you would have lost. But because you kind of didn't, because you couldn't figure out a way to take his king, his trap failed.
Wow.
So go again. Make another intelligence check.
Ooh, 22.
All right, you've seen he's got a vulnerable flank, and you've started to move accordingly.
Oh no!
but he has managed to just see through that
Damn
flank.
it!
And in a very, very close and clutch moment, he takes your piece.
Oh,
He says, "I figured that this would be a close battle, but it seems as though you
What?
certainly know how to use your wits in such a high-paced game."
I feel even worse that he was going easy on me and I still lost.
Oh yeah, he was going super easy on you. He started going harder on Tamaki in that last last leg of it. But he says, "However, a deal is a deal. You see, in the center of town there is the Warrior Scholars trial. A successful participant is able to then receive training from the dojo here. A dojo known as the Jade Mantis. But one must prove themselves to be not only a scholar of the mind, but a scholar of the body as well. I'm very old, but they have allowed for a substitute, an apprentice, if you would, to sit in for particular events. I would like for you to sit for the scholars' trial, so that I might pursue the combat trial and get myself appointed to the Jade Mantis dojo."
all right. You just need me to sit and watch?
No, I need you to take a written test
Oh, right. Okay.
to prove your aptitude in both tactical combat as well as warfare.
Immediately thinking back, it's like, this is what my father kind of trained me for. So, all right, I'm in.
How well did you study?
Not very well.
Good. Excellent. Well, you'll need to be at the Imperial Palace at sundown. Once you
Okay.
arrive there, say that you would be entering of your own volition. Use your own name, and say that you would be championing Master Fo Zhiling.
Oh, for sure.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Okay. Sounds good. So I should show up for this written test and my own name and for Fogeling.
How would I even spell that? That would be Fo.
F-O-G-E.
Or J-H-O, like Fojo.
Zhiling. There, like that.
Okay.
Done. All right. With this, however, I would like Yoki and Kaito. What were your perception checks from before, real quick?
Bad. I remember that. The last one I had was an 11.
So, 17.
17. All right. Okay. Can I get you guys to make another perception check for me, please?
Can I use the one I just rolled?
No.
Damn it!
Yeah.
And now the game's over, now I'm actually paying attention again.
All right, Kaito. You can see at the end of the corridor that you're in. The samurai is back.
Nope.
I'll walk up to Tamaki, put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, "It was very nice meeting you, sir, but we should probably get going now."
As this
bow.
happens, you can see that the samurai has clutched in his hands the raggedy bit of cloth that Yoki had used to distract him. And thankfully, it has bought you about an hour. The dwarf comes out with what looks to be a shiny collection of shurikens, which he then signals to you that they're ready. He's actually put them on a single string So they're all kind of like, you can lash them to your belt and then pull them out as you need them.
Excellent. I give him a 3 copper tip, basically.
Nice. He takes the copper, and as you do so, you hear this bing as the coin is flicked into the air, and you see the samurai's face turn to you, and he sees you. He begins to move swiftly through the alleyways towards you. All right, where are you guys going now?
Anywhere but here.
I guess southwest.
Yeah, kind of get back to that main road.
Southwest?
Over there.
All right. You begin to try and run off to the southwest as the samurai continues to pursue. You can see that there are a number of, again, people here. Like, kind of, this is a little bit more residential. You can see that there are people hanging out there, their washing lines and the like. If you want, there are a number of things that you can use your deception skill to make a distraction. One of you, of your choice, may do so if you wish to.
What is
So you said the deception would be used to do what?
Basically try to slow him down. He's very close. You need to make
Okay.
distance.
I mean, yeah, I could
maybe
probably.
weave in and out of like clothing on the market, or what is like a
Like have
So
him
they
lose
have-
his trail.
They have lines stretching between the buildings.
Yeah, just like kind of on a second story, like just above with the cloth hanging down.
So
try to lose him in the cloth.
through the use of like an acrobatics check and combat climber, could I sort of move up the side of a building and cut a few of these clotheslines to cause them to fall down behind us, but in front of the samurai?
Yep, not a problem. Make a deception check.
Ooh.
All right, that's a 13 against a 15. So you do You do
Oh.
climb up the wall and you take out your short blade and you cut through the line. The clothes begin to sort of fall to the ground. And as they do so, you watch as the samurai doesn't even stop. He basically draws his sword and cuts through the cloth as it gets in his way, and he continues to move forward. You hear the sounds of an old lady go, "Hi-ya!" and just yells and starts screaming and swearing at you. Well, mostly swearing at the samurai for cutting through her laundry. As you guys continue to make your way down through the streets. All right. Which direction do you guys want to go now?
I would say west into the narrow alleyways.
All right,
Yeah,
west in
kind
the
of
narrow
between the
alleyways.
houses.
Yep.
All right. As you guys make your way through these particular alleyways, you can see that there is a bunch of trash and garbage that's kind of lying around. I need you, one of you guys who, so not Yoki, but the other two, to make me an acrobatics check to try and make your way through the mess that is here.
I can do that.
Yeah, I've got 2 left feet, so yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, come on. 15.
That is not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
You
Oh
are
my
now close
gosh.
enough for a katana strike, which
Ah!
is gonna go against Tamaki, because Tamaki is the one who made that check.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that is
Yes.
a miss. So Tamaki, as you trip over some garbage, you hear the sound of this blade whizzing past your hair, as you quickly scramble to your feet and keep running. All right, Kaito, you're up next. Which way are you guys going?
Is there any way to like? Oh, there's a bridge up there. Probably not. Man, we're kind of like in a dead end. I'll try to swing around north, see if we can maybe like get to that bridge and lose them across the river.
All right, you start to head north. As you do so, you notice that he is not following you any further. Make a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
right, let's see how this guy goes. All right. You managed to stop just in time as the samurai cuts you off. It looks as though he was attempting to duke around you and have you run into an ambush. You managed to sort of hold back and tell Tamaki and Yoki to stop just short. You wait for a few moments and then the samurai walks out. Had you kept running, he would have absolutely gotten a couple of you. He looks in your direction. And starts to. It's almost like you can tell he's looking up and down to see if you've got the statue.
I look to Kaito and I just kind of like look across the lake and just look back at Kaito and I'm just like nodding.
Okay. I will put my hand on my satchel and just like, you know, try to like push something down, you know, to make it kind of look like we might be, I might have the item. Because I don't want him to go out and try find
Sure. Make a deception check.
I don't mind if we're the scapegoats here.
Nice.
All right. Let's see if this guy notices.
I know that when you're in.
Oh yeah.
That are known for pickpocketing, you definitely don't want to tap your pockets to make it look like you have something.
All right. We are going into a very, very short combat here. Let's roll another initiative and see what turn order we get to go in. All right, Yoki, you're up first. The samurai is in front of you and is heading towards Kaito.
Okay, so he's moving towards us. There's cities to the left and water to the cities to the right and water to the left.
I'm just going to also very quickly add your characters to the board.
I do have an idea though.
Is it a terrible idea?
No. I think this actually could work pretty well.
Okay, so just reasonably terrible.
Every idea is always a terrible idea. It's just the ones that work that are less terrible.
Okay, so I'm going to start off as my first action. I'm going to flurry of blows a couple of shurikens at him with stunning fists.
Nice. You pull out your
Nice.
shurikens and launch the shurikens in their direction. Make your attack.
I'll point out this has never worked, but just
Yeah, you never
very
know.
true.
You could
It's very
roll
true.
one. Ooh, a hit.
All right. So your first shuriken manages to find purchase in his body.
and the second shuriken.
We'll miss.
What?
Uh, So they don't do a lot
Wait.
of damage, but he has to make
Oh.
a DC saving throw, fortitude save against my class DC, or be stunned.
All right. His fort save is 23.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that makes it. I'm just trying to figure out where I would see that.
Now let's have a look. Under actions, innate spells, your DC is 21.
Okay. And damage is...
All right, 3 points of damage. Yeah, so he takes that first hit and then deflects the second. You've got 2 more actions.
actions left. I'm going to basically try to scamper up one of these close houses to get some height on them.
Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Let's go with athletics.
There we go.
Yep. Athletics for climbing. 26.
Nice.
Yep, you easily get onto one of the rooftops.
And do I disappear or do I throw another shuriken?
Your choice.
think I'm going to attempt to stealth. To
All right.
disappear.
Make a stealth check.
25.
All right, you have disappeared from his line of sight. He does not know that you're there. But he is not your target, or you're not his target, as he will move up and charge at Kaito. All right, let's see. Just wanted to check this one. Nope, don't need that. Don't need that. Alright, yeah, he's going to charge at you with an attack. Kaito, are you ready?
Oh, God.
As I'll ever be.
Alright. The blade is drawn swiftly
Oh!
for a critical strike.
My plan is just completely crumbling apart.
Oh my,
For
what?
54 damage.
Oh.
Kaito, you fall unconscious. Give me a number between 1 to 5.
Let's do 5 for 50 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, it's a very, very thin and painful cut. You take -2 on all your attack rolls. But that's going to be irrelevant.
Does your
alright.
illusion drop when you go unconscious?
Yes, you're falling unconscious, and in addition, you are now dying.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I do look like a kitsune again after that. I'm pretty sure going unconscious ends that.
Prone. Unconscious. And dying 1.
This isn't good.
All right. Oh, whoops! I've added these to the wrong person.
The-
Let's try that again. Kaito is dying 1.
You gave him to the guy. Yeah, he's
And unconscious. Pro.
he cut Kaito and he himself is dying.
Yes, and he just suddenly started dying. All right. Okay. So, the samurai steps over to Kaito's body, and with his final action, he is going to grab the pouch that Kaito pushed in. What is in that pouch, Kaito?
That pouch would just be some monies, some moss, and small ocarina.
All right, please remove those from your character sheets, as in frustration after looking at them, he throws them in the river.
I'm gonna be diving after the ocarina at the very least.
Not while you're unconscious, you won't.
Oh, true. Good point. Oh,
I mean, if you want, we can drag your body into the river.
All right. But yes, he looks at it and he just is frustrated and he just kind of like throws it into the river. He now looks at his only other victim, and that is Tamaki.
Oh gosh. So it's my turn now.
It is Kaito's turn. Kaito, I need a recovery
Kaito.
check from you. So roll a d20. You have to get higher than 11.
There we go.
You are no longer dying. Or at least you're not. You're not pursuing. Actually, hold on. Let me check on the recovery thing here. So
I'm currently not pursuing death.
a success. So all right. So when your dying value reaches 0, you gain wounded. Okay. So you're now back up, or at least you sort of slowly start regaining consciousness. You're no longer dying, but you are wounded 1. Boom. Nope, it's not gonna give me the wounded. just taking a few minutes to load for some reason. There we go. No, not wounded 11, please. Thank you. Wounded 1. Done. Okay, good. So, wounded basically means if you go back down again, you will likely drop down to dying 2, and then dying 3, and then dying 4, etc. Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah. I've been there, unfortunately.
Tamaki, you're up next.
Okay. So Kaito's right next to me, but so is the samurai, I'm guessing then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get away from this guy, and Yoki ran up the building away from us.
Mm-hmm.
At this point,
The samurai turns to you and says, "Hand over the statue. I will not ask this again."
Never. I'm gonna pick up Kaito.
Unfortunately, he is a fighter,
No.
and as a fighter, he
Reaction.
has
Yes. He's got
attacks of
reactions,
opportunity.
but luckily he can only do 1. I think. I hope.
All right.
Yeah.
A flash of steel. And Tamaki takes 23 damage.
Okay. So I go and pick up Kaito,
Yep.
and then
You pick up Kaito.
so that's one action. Next action, I'm going to use as much speed as I could possibly go, and I'm going to run onto the river.
Sorry, did you say run onto the river?
Yeah, because we got the water walk where I walk 10 feet and I stay on top of the water.
Ah, yes. Very well.
And then my
you
That was
third
the
movement, I'm just
initial
going
plan.
to use it again, yeah.
All right.
Just yell, we'll meet up later!
One shot.
Hoping
Alright.
Yoki hears me, but I forgot
Alright.
his step, but I'll just yell,
Nope,
"Oh,
Yoki doesn't hear, but Yoki sees them walking on water. This is a skill that they learned from the Nagaji tribes back in the jungle. The samurai looks at you and sees what you're doing. Yeah, okay, pretty clever. He's kind of giving credit where credit's due, but you are now in the middle of the waves. Keeping in mind, you can only maintain this for 1 round. So
I thought it was as long as we move 10 feet.
No. That's to get across. So you can move 10 foot, but then at the end of your next turn, you will sink unless you find
If
solid
I
ground.
don't move 10 feet. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, no. But even if you move 10 foot, if you're not on solid ground at the end of your next turn, you will sink.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, this
realize
is
that.
running
I
across
didn't
water.
hear that.
Yeah, this is running across water, not so much like.
No, I know, but that's why I thought the whole thing was as long as I didn't move. If I
Yeah,
moved
no,
10
you can't
feet, I
just.
would stay on
You can't just walk indefinitely on water with this skill. This is a non-magic skill. This is think of it like when you see ninjas running across
I
water.
gotcha.
It's more that than yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, top of the
Like a
round,
dash from far
Yoki.
bank. Okay. So, this samurai,
Hmm.
I saw an ability which I've now lost a moment while I try to figure out where I saw this ability. Oh boy. There it is. So I have an ability called Schooled in Secrets. Looking at the samurai, could I roll an occultism to figure out if he has any associations to one of these schools? I'm wondering if I can identify a school he's in to give me a political advantage to holding him at bay.
I'd say not really. He's a Ronin, so he currently holds no loyalties.
He probably has remnants, but I can tell that he's disassociated.
Yeah, correct.
All right. So I could either attack and give myself away and hope I can hide again, which is probably the smart thing to do. Okay. I'm going to attempt to throw 2 more shuriken at him.
All right, before you do, let me just quickly add flat-footed to him.
It's going to be the typical clear your blows, stunning fist.
Yep. All right,
combo.
cool. Go ahead. Because he is unaware of your position, he is flat-footed.
Oh no!
That is a critical miss.
Wait. You have a hero
You have a
point.
hero
You have a hero
point.
point.
I'll use it. What the heck?
All right,
So
hero
I'm
point.
gonna
Go for the
reroll.
reroll.
Here comes another.
Okay,
You realize this is going to be
samurai.
another one, right? This is gonna...
Yeah. I do definitely realize.
Oh.
All right. Well, it's
Little bit
not a
better.
critical miss. It's not a critical
Yeah, it
miss.
could have been
All right.
worse.
So your first shuriken flies off and
And,
into the
yeah.
distance. Your second one is, however, a critical miss.
Ah.
All right. Give us a number
I'm gonna
between 1 to
blind
5 as your second
Yeah, no, you're
shuriken
gonna-
flies.
Oh gosh.
So let's choose
Somehow
the
hit yourself in
dice
the eyes.
Yeah. I'm going to choose the dice 6 that hates players, and we'll see what result it gives me. 1. Awesome. Way to hold up the train.
All right. Seeing double, you are dazzled for 1 round. So, you as you throw this knife, it kind of gets caught up in an updraft, and the blade flings into the air. And as it does so, it kind of draws your attention. You're like, where the hell is that going? But these are brand new shuriken. These are like super new, and there is a polish on it that suddenly reflects the light straight in your eye, and you're just blinded by the dazzling light for a second. So dazzle is not fully blinded, but it does give you penalties on a bunch of stuff.
I mean,
So
you
just
weren't
gotta-
really wrong when you said that you were going to be blinded. I mean, you kind of were.
I'm going to pull out a paper and a
Appropriate.
quill, and I'm going to start writing a letter of my abject surrender to the universe.
Dear universe.
Dear
Why?
universe, you win. Sincerely, Yoki.
That's
Well,
You're
on
someone
that note,
unluckier than me, though. I'm not used to this.
I am, because whenever I play a character, this is how dice behave for me. They try to kill me, like constantly. In which case, I'm going to move to the southwest, trying to stay on rooftops as best as possible, and then do another stealth check to remain hidden.
Alright, make a stealth check.
Of course.
Wow.
You can't fight, but you can hide very
Yeah.
well.
Critical stealth.
Alright.
I've slipped into a parallel universe and found another Vagog.
Nice. You admitted him. Alright. He can no longer see you, and he's kind of bothered by that, but he does not make any action to pursue. He moves over to the river's edge, where Tamaki is out and on the water.
10 feet. Oh wait, he's bigger, so you can reach 15. That's right.
You
that-
watch.
does-
You think for a second, like, because you're 10 foot out into the water, you're like, okay, I think we're safe. And keeping in mind, you are carrying Kaito as well, so you cannot move further. As he takes his blade, you watch as he swishes it behind him, and then places it over his head, pointing forward. You hear him whisper in Minkai. He says, I've got it written down here. Everything is chugging for reasons. He says, Flight of the Sparrow. As he then thrusts using his lunge ability, giving himself a 10-foot reach.
Oh no.
Alright. You ready, Tamaki?
No.
If this knocks you out, this is gonna be very bad.
Oh gosh.
Oh no!
Alright. Another critical hit.
Oh no. 4.
For
Oh.
40 points of damage.
Yeah.
So, how do we explain to Ryan how we all have new characters next week?
Well, to be fair, Yogi's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
As Tamaki is stabbed in the back, you suddenly lose consciousness and fall into the water with
Shows at
Kaito.
number 4 too. For the crit. We do crit cards.
Oh yeah, we should do a crit card, I guess.
I set up
Glutton
4.
for punishment. Neil's dying,
Yeah.
Mac. Maybe
I'm
we should have
dying.
done that poll at the start.
I'm really dying.
And it's partially, it's actually a large portion my fault.
He
My
made it
plan went
bigger.
horribly
Easy,
wrong.
easy.
All right. Pick a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Piercing damage. All right. Target is stunned too, so that's not going to make a difference. But as you fall unconscious, you slip beneath the waves, and
Oh,
you
no.
start to flow downstream. All right. Interesting. Hey, all things fantasy. I mean, random question. Are you up to anything at this very, very second?
What?
Let me know in chat.
Uh-oh.
All right. As to both Tamaki and Kaito disappear beneath the waves, what is Yoki's response to this?
Well, one of them healed me, and the one that saved my life by drawing fire. So I at least owe them an attempt to get into the river.
All right. Your
So-
insight,
oh.
your insight bonus, which has come from Odd Bandicoot, will tell you that you should jump downriver from where they are. So basically, they'll flow directly into you. You also know that there is if you stay in the main channel, you'll get swept pretty much out, like, of the whole city. Like, you'll just get swept away. But if you manage to pull yourself to the east and manage to get them into that little canal, there won't be as strong a current, and you will be able to pull them free. It'll require 3 checks here if you wish to try and save them, but you will have an advantage if you follow this particular passage.
And that is what I'm going to do. So how many actions is it going to take me to get down and into the river?
It's going to take you no actions. It'll just be a series of checks. This is what we would call an ongoing challenge.
Okay, because I was wondering, in a wild bid to buy myself some time against this Ginsumatic,
Mhm.
if I threw 2 shuriken on the way into the river. Since I'm revealing myself anyway as I pass through. Just an attempt to get another stunning fist. The first ever stunning fist.
All right. Very well. Make your attack.
Here comes another 1, right? I'm going to critically, and then just lop off an arm. 4. Critical fail.
Well, now you need
Or
to
just
stab
miss.
yourself in the
Miss.
throat, so you're also mute too.
And you're dazzled, yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the second one, which is a 7, which is a miss.
yeah. All right.
Holding form.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the dazzled nature of it, you are still unable to kind of get a beat on. You throw a couple of, sorry, I saw the
Wild
the-
shot.
You died.
I hear the machi maker that I charmed earlier, who's trying to catch up to me, scream in pain.
All right. As you do so, you jump into the water, and I need 3 athletics checks from you. The first will be to grab Kaito and Tamaki as they are flowing down the river towards you.
I think Kaito's technically up.
No, he's not dying. Well, he is now because he's
Oh.
underwater, but he's
I thought that roll he did was to like.
No. It just brings his dying to 0, so he's unconscious.
Yeah,
but
I'm still unconscious. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right. We also have a group inspiration from McBluff, so everyone does have a group inspiration now as well. Also, Morning Octopoid, and I saw Duster Cetus earlier on as well. Sounds like new characters are getting made. Well, maybe this is it. All right. Yoki gets an 18, so you managed to catch them in your arms. Next is to try and make the turn. So I need you to make another athletics check. This is to try and get down that canal that Odd Bandicoot showed you. All right. Narrowly, you manage to pull the others into that canal. All right. Last athletics check is to pull you.
I kept going another one. Ah!
You just get swept away.
All right. Another athletics check to pull yourself onto the surface.
Oh,
That is a natural 1.
Gonna use my group inspiration.
You're going to use your group inspiration? All right. Showing up on max group inspiration. Let's make
This
that
is-
reroll.
If you don't count the dice 6, this is the third one I've rolled on a die 20. If you count the dice 6, that's 4 ones rolled tonight.
Oh man.
oh yeah!
Pulling it up with the natural 20. Okay. So, as you've managed to reach down and grab hold of the bank, the current is still quite strong, even though it is pulling you to one side. As you do so, all of a sudden, you see a hand reach down and grab you. And this is where we're going to take a... I mean, technically, I say technically, we are going to end the stream here, but we're not going to end the stream here. What we are going to do is we are going to take a moment to welcome, into the audio at the very least, our newest player to the Ruby Phoenix tournament. One of my players from the Strange Aeons games. This is none other than our dear friend Matt, aka All Things Fantasy, aka Wolven, who is going to be joining the Ruby Phoenix. Hi, Matt.
Hello, hey everyone, how are you all going?
Yeah, how are you all going?
Doing good now that you're here.
So I figured, because I've lost many days of this week, we haven't had a chance to talk about the new characters that the members from my Saturday game are going to be in. They are spreading out, so we do have Kalindria and Met joining a different table as well. I'm still talking to Laura and Skeptic Llama, but Matt said that he's available for this game, so so we're going to be putting him here. Now, when we come back, quote unquote, next week, we're going to have All Things Fantasy play his character as the one who is going to pull you out of the water. And that's going to be the introduction here. But I wanted to take a moment to introduce the audience and stuff like that as well. And take a moment to actually maybe even discuss some ideas and thoughts on characters and what you guys are chasing, what you guys, actually do some of that Session 0 stuff live on stream for the lovely people at home.
Yeah.
Because you don't usually get to see all that really cool discussion stuff. And this is like as like raw as it gets in regards to these sorts of sessions. So firstly, thank you for joining us.
Happy to be here.
I think I've ruined things. Hold on, there we go. Boom,
Oh, no.
there it is. Okay, fantastic. All right. And welcome in.
Hello.
Here. Hello.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
So
Hello.
let's start with some of the basics. First of all, have you played Pathfinder 2nd Edition?
Yes, of course I've played Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I've also GM'd a bit.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah.
Tell us about your
You
You
experience.
can help
with-
Mike out.
Yeah, tell us how it went. Is it anything like how it's going here?
Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting party setup that you guys have. It's and the characters that you bring to the table are pretty cool. So I'm hoping to find a gap that you guys aren't doing at the moment, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
so
the largest gap in the party dynamic is someone who can roll higher than a 4.
I can
true.
help with that. I don't know if I can help with that, but I'll give it a shot.
It's very true. I mean, all things considered, I don't know if freaking Joey was ever really well known for their high rolls.
Oh no, he was not.
But okay, so the group makeup currently is a sorcerer, an investigator, a rogue, I want to say bard, a bard.
Yeah, he's a bard.
Mhm.
Yep, a bard and a ranger. So if I were to say that something was missing, I don't know. It's actually a tricky one. I think someone divine is definitely something on the cards. Maybe even a druid of some kind. I'd also say that some heavy combat is also something that wouldn't go amiss. I don't think anyone's really heavy. Like no one's a tank really in any kind of way either. If I'm not mistaken, like no one can really go toe to toe.
I can only really make people tanks with the potions.
Yeah,
that
it's
I give
really
them.
funny. It's almost as if I
But-
told everyone we're gonna be playing a martial arts inspired fighting game, and not a single person made a fighter.
I mean, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
What level are we up to?
They're at level 6 at the moment. But the question is what do you feel like playing? What kind of characters do you enjoy? Tell us about yourself, Matt.
I play a lot of martial focused characters. I don't
Oh,
know
look
if
at
you
that.
found that out. So I play a lot of martial type characters. I had a couple of ideas and just finding them where they fit. Are we doing archetypes by any chance?
I haven't figured out how to do them in Fantasy Grounds yet, but I will absolutely allow them. 100%.
Are they free archetypes, or would we have to invest in them instead of the class?
You do need to invest in them, only because I view free archetypes as a gestalt, and if I had
Yeah.
less players, I definitely would. But with what would be a 6-player party potentially, yeah, we'll just be going with regular invested stuff.
Nope, that is absolutely fair. All right. Any other variant rules I should be aware of?
No. Okay, so basically the rules here are that you are in Minkai, which is the Japan-inspired area of Tianxia. You're in the capital city of Kasai, which had very recently seen an evil dictator, Oni, overthrown by the true heir to the empire, which you might actually remember. So the Jade Regent was an adventure in Pathfinder 1st Edition. The Jade Oni was removed from power, and the new Empress is actually Amiko Kaijutsu, who is a
Yes.
iconic character from the Rise of the Rune Lord series, as well as the Jade Regent saga. Which, spoilers, by the way. I mean, I don't know. It's like it's several years later, guys. I mean, at some point or another, you've just got to be like, okay, fair enough. So Amiko Kaijutsu is the current empress of the nation. It's currently like kind of rebuilding and reestablishing itself as a new regime, you know, so people aren't quite used to it. It's like, what do you mean we're not being oppressed? You know, like that kind of. So people are trying to find their new feet.
I'm used to things being horrible. When things are nice, it's confusing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's currently the place that you're at. Now, I'd prefer someone who's a local because, of course, with the exception of Kambe,
Right.
it's nice to have someone else who's kind of familiar with stuff. The group is heading to the Yokai Forest, which is a forest filled with Japanese spirits. So again, someone who has a vested interest in going there would also be quite good.
Mhm.
I think those are really the major fixes there.
All right.
Or if someone might have been like watching our group because maybe they also have a distaste for the Oni Daimyo, perhaps too.
They've been
Like-
following us this whole
Like maybe
time.
because like apparently we're really well known. Like everybody knows who we are. So
Or, well, everyone knows who
You know-
the very, very famous magistrate's son is.
yeah.
I mean, no one knows Kaito. I mean, very few people have recognized Kaito.
Or,
Yeah, like-
someone who's placed a bet on the wrong side of this and realized that there's absolutely no way that we can succeed and needs to intervene so he can make their money back.
It's true.
All right. So I'm probably looking at the war cleric then.
Ooh, a war cleric.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
if you're
tank
looking at a
and
war
heal.
cleric, you'd actually be looking at something akin to a samurai. You would be a worshiper of the goddess Shizuru, I believe.
Zero.
Shizuru. Let me find out the details here, and I can read them out to you because, again, like I said, this is all the behind the scenes stuff, and I think, behind the scenes on stream. So let's take a quick moment to visit the world of Pathfinder and talk about
Aye.
the god.
That'd be kind of
Shizuru.
interesting because if he was like a samurai, then he could have like some sort of connection to the sunflower samurai then too.
It's true. Maybe you're from his
That's-
actual order, and he's a traitor, and you want to kind of put him out of his misery.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be a great story.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
that'd be
cool.
And you know that we're his enemy, so the enemy of your enemy could be a very good ally. Even though we're getting our butts kicked, but
Now,
so I don't know
I was-
how
I
good
was
of an
just
ally
gonna-
we would be. But
I was just gonna say good, as in quotation marks. Good.
Good.
we could be meat shields for
Yeah.
Very meat
for
shield.
you.
Exactly. Perfectly adequate.
We are good at what we do.
I was gonna say, of the holy trinity of healer, tank, DPS, we've brought none.
That's fine.
I
I'll bring
brought a
the
fourth
rest
of
them.
every single one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I just need to rest so I get my new potions, and then we'll be fine.
No resting for you.
No.
Alright, here we go.
I need to plumb
let's
the
see,
depths
God
of a fast-moving
of
river to get-
cities, foxes.
get my pouch
I'm
back.
resting in my death. I'm making.
All right,
ghost
so
potions.
here's there's a lawful evil tyrant god of the samurai, who is war and
Interesting.
glory rather than honor and heroism. Named General Susumu.
Hmm?
And then Shizuru is the goddess of honor, the sun, and swordplay, who is like kind of worshipped by honorable warriors.
All right. Cool.
That's
Shizuru.
interesting. There being a lawful evil samurai kind of god. That's interesting.
Or you can actually summon you can use the philosophy of Ichi-Meio, a code of honor in all warriors within the Dragon Empire. The mandates of the samurai are to train and also improve yourselves in all walks of life. Honor is tantamount to those who follow this. So you must always behave and act in in an honorable fashion.
What was that ideology called again?
Ichi-Meio. Ichimeiyo. Ichi-Meio.
Ichimaru. Because clerics don't actually have to follow a deity, do they?
Correct. You can be a worshiper. You can be a follower of a philosophy, for example.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll have a look through those two.
Yeah. So those are some options there for you.
Yeah.
I guess the important thing is what one thing I like to ask is every character that comes into the game should have 3 connections to the story. One being, why do you want to go on this adventure? The second is, why do you want to support the team? And the third is, what is your own personal motivation? Now, the third one, I think, I want to give you some time to think about that. But let's chew on the first 2, because I think that'll be good for everyone else, because it means that when you get introduced next week, at the very least, with these 3, they'll be able to help facilitate, getting you to come along on their journey. So let's start with your connection to the story. Right now, the story is this group is trying to track down the masters of the many styles and try to unlock the secret techniques to eventually slay the Oni Daimyo, who is a big evil Oni currently in charge of a lot of the underworld throughout Tianxia, housed in Goka.
Okay. So how would my character be connected in that regard?
Yeah.
Would the Master of the Many Styles be an individual or organization or group or anything like that?
They were individual masters who came together long ago to fight against an evil Oni tyrant. This was a powerful spirit, kind of akin to a kaiju, and these styles were what were used as the weapon to defeat them. It was the only thing that could actually bring them victory. So it was considered to be too powerful to have in regular practice, so they sealed these techniques away for another day, long ago.
Would my connection to the story, if I for this character, what if it was to hunt down Oni?
So you're specifically okay, yeah, that could be good. That could be kind of work. What you would basically be there, is maybe even part of the royal guard, as it were. The cool thing is that the Jade Regent, who was an Oni that ruled this place, had Oni soldiers everywhere. So you could be part of the new guard who expunge Oni, because there are still lingering elements of that faction still around and about. And the Oni Daimyo is simply one of the biggest in the area, you know? So, yeah, you could easily be someone loyal to the Emperor or Empress, and a warrior who hunts down the Oni. Yeah, absolutely.
And by trying to find these secrets that these Master of Many Styles would possess to help further that goal, to become better at hunting down Oni.
Okay. What if we say that in this version of the tale, the Jade Regent also hadn't been destroyed? While in some people's playings of the Jade Regent, you know, the Jade Regent was killed, we could say that he escaped with his life, and there are still Oni who are plaguing Minkai, and you're one of the warriors who go out and try to put an end to them, because Oni, for the most part, are spirits who have just been filled with rage and hatred and anger. And so you're basically cleansing that, and you kind of, maybe that's part of your philosophy as well, is you are cleansing the world of their negativity and their evil.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay, which is going to be very, very cool, because Tamaki and Kaito have actually met Oni that have relinquished those hatreds and stuff like that along their journey. So it'll be very cool, and I think an interesting dynamic for that conversation. All right. The second question, which I think is also equally part, is why did you just save these guys? What invested interest do you have in these three knuckleheads who appear to be drowning in your river?
They obviously need the help. They need someone to stand in and protect them from the danger of the world. So I think I would probably just adopt them.
Where his kids now? I have a new father.
No, I love it.
Wait,
Amazing.
no.
All right. So maybe they remind you. Yeah, maybe they remind you of something. Maybe there's some sort of memory that holds into this. Maybe we could even have like something like, say, the Tamaki. Like maybe you owe the Tamaki family.
Yeah, he could already know me.
Like, well, not necessarily know you, but maybe one of your brothers or your father. You know what I mean?
True,
like maybe you're friends with one of Tamaki's siblings, or maybe one of Tamaki's siblings was crucial in helping get the Oni out of Kasai. And so you knowing that he is the son of someone who had helped the city in such a great way, there's I want to help you because your family had helped us. Could be another good act. Good option
that's
there.
cool.
What do you think?
I like that a lot. Yeah.
We can
But
also.
I think,
Yeah.
but I will do the whole. I won't actually say it. I'll just say you guys really need the help. I think.
Yeah. Okay, so keeping that a secret thing, because I'm all
Yeah.
about keeping secrets, and this is also good advice for the audience here. Is don't keep secrets from players, keep secrets from characters, right? Because otherwise, if you're keeping secrets from players, they're always going to try and dig and try and find these out. Keeping secrets from characters, that's fun, that's interesting, because it becomes a collaborative storytelling thing where you're trying to figure out where to share that secret. Speaking of, the last secret I will throw in here is Yoki If you want to discuss your secret now, given that you know that Matt's considering what Matt's considering for his character, if you want to share that, you may do so.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Awkward.
Yeah, it just wasn't relevant up until this point. Now, as there is,
My character is a tiefling, part Oni.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Oni, nice.
yeah. So that's an important element to consider. He does conceal a lot of the Oni features, which is why it's never come up before. And it'll be very interesting again, especially because Yoki. What we'll do is we'll have it that you know about the order of which Matt's character belongs, and they are basically the antithesis to your clan. The thing is while you've abandoned your clan, everything about you identifies you as a member of that clan, meaning that this person who's just helped you is equally likely to just suddenly turn and execute you on the spot because of where you come from. So that's going to make a very interesting story. And when we get into the group chat and stuff like that, I'd really love for you and Matt to kind of sit down and kind of discuss and figure out how you want to play that. Because ultimately, PvP is okay in my tables so long as all participating members are okay with it. But I also love the idea of this story of like this person who is out to kill all Oni suddenly having to bring into question like maybe all Oni shouldn't die. And then kind of there's this cool story dynamic here that I think will make for a very cool game. Cool.
Also, because it might come up in conversation, what was the name of that group that we came across that Hatsune left with?
Oh, the hobgoblins. That was General. I want to say it was General Ito, but I feel like it wasn't. I'll have to go back and have a look.
Because weren't they also like? Didn't they have like Oni in their ranks too? Like good Oni that like could kind of cast aside like.
I don't think they did. I think
Daimyo?
I'm pretty sure they were all hobgoblins.
They were okay.
They might have been. There might have been a few. There might have been a few good Oni. Yeah, I think so. Actually, no. I think he might have been an Oni. You're right. I think the general himself was an Oni, who has turned his rage against the Oni Daimyo. But he's still evil. He's still quite bad. It's just that violence is now
We've
aimed
befriended a bad guy.
It's aimed in a good.
No,
it's aimed in a good
yeah.
direction.
Okay.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, he was either a hobgoblin or he was an Oni, but I'll go back and check that.
Yeah, because just in case if we need examples of Oni that we've come across that have not been evil, like, or not been horrible people, it's like, yeah, it might be good to remember.
Well, there's also like the
some of their
Oni
names.
priest of Shizuru, who's up on the Dragon Mountain as well.
those on that mountain.
You've come across a few of them. The point
Yeah.
is, I think it's going to make for a really, really cool story. And that'll be very awesome to see where that goes.
It'll be interesting.
McBluff
especially with
says-
the tiefling in the party.
Yeah.
That'll be very,
Yeah.
very interesting.
McBluff says, somewhere in the afterlife, Taisho is nodding in appreciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us today. And of course, I know we kind of wrapped up the story a little earlier than usual. I think it was a good place given the scope and the nature. I think having the opportunity to have a chat with our wonderful friend, All Things Fantasy, has been an absolute delight. And thank you for very last minute showing up and having a chat with us.
That's all right. I'm happy to be here.
Yay! And I'm so keen for next week because we will have a hopefully a full table of 6 players for this game, which will be amazing and awesome and so much fun. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. We've just had a lot of fun today. We will be back next week for continued adventures. As always, please sure to check out our sponsors for the show, which are Hero Forge, for the incredible artworks that you've seen on screen, which also include our dear friend, the Sunflower Samurai, and the very interesting Fojling. Yes.
We got a Kaito Mini too. 'Cause we had
And which one?
Oh, we gotta switch Kaito's mini.
Actually, if I'm knocked unconscious, I don't revert back. It's not an
Oh, okay.
illusion. It's an actual physical polymorph.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, and of course, thank you for Sirenscape for the wonderful sounds of the blacksmith and the like, and of course, Brandon Feitcher for the incredible music for the battle chase scene. It has been awesome. Lastly, thank you to Fantasy Grounds for the VTT of our choice. We are going to go and raid now. Let's see, who are we gonna go and raid? Who shall we raid? Everyone's getting ready for Gen Con, so no one is streaming.
Phoenix Izaki is on.
Phoenix is wacky.
We got
What?
Oh yeah,
Finder?
Lord Gazumba too. Yeah.
Zumba.
Let's see.
Everyone is playing Stray. I want to know what that is.
Yeah, you're playing a cat.
Yeah,
You're
Cat
playing a cat
Simulator.
in a cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic world. It is very cool
okay.
looking. It's very cool.
Jack's
Looking.
playing it if you want.
So,
Oh, yeah,
I
so
have
many. Yeah.
the Calm Scribe, who is a writer, and a local game group called Crucible Gaming are currently on.
Let's see.
as well
Let's
as
see. Yeah, there's just so many people online. There is Critical Role. We could jump in and go watch some Critical Role. Not that they need the raid, but you know, I mean, I like Critical Role.
Yeah, they're cool.
Let's see. Ooh, Waffles and Maple Syrup is playing Pathfinder. That's looking like a winner to me. All right,
Oh,
Waffles
great.
and
Now I
Maple
want
Syrup it is.
I'm hungry.
Boom. Waffles, Maple
craving
Syrup, playing
bacon
some
pancakes.
Pathfinder. Let's go drop in on these guys. Guys, thank you so much once again for joining us. We hope that you had an amazing day, an amazing night, whatever time it happens to be. My name's Dag. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and we will see you guys next time. Actually, I will be on at 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time on the official Fantasy Grounds channel, Talking Fantasy Grounds. So that's where you'll
Nice.
see me next, and then following which, you'll probably see me Sunday for, no, you'll see me tonight, because we're doing Sirens and Silver. We're getting to our finale. Yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, it's the penultimate
Nice.
today. Penultimate episode today, and then finale for next week. So yeah, tune in at 4 a.m. US Eastern Standard, or 4 p.m. Australian Western Standard for a gripping conclusion to Sirens and Silver. Yeah. And until we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone.
Bye. We